I mean, now, like,
It's annoying, but it's
it's
not that bad.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
ways around it. It's just I had to play against that card for 3 fucking years, and I'm over it.
Hmm.
I feel like that's gonna be the trend of like, why didn't they ban?
Agreed.
Yeah, why didn't they ban this? Like, why are we still here? Like, honestly, like I think the 3 year rotation is gonna be better, but I don't know.
It's gonna take some getting used to.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Like,
just
I honest, like, Emperor having Flash honestly bothers me more than dealing with Shieldred. What is that?
it's that's the goblin.
Oh, that's sick, dude.
Yeah, it's not a good photo of it or whatever. 'Cause everything's reversed.
Um,
I ordered this
I could
thing like
probably meet up with
I ordered this thing like 6 months ago.
Jesus. It's funny too because I'm gonna talk about the Store Championship. I lost to Ugly Face in the finals, and my whole
Who,
goal was I was gonna win the Vegavine and give it to you because I know how much you love that fucking
I
card.
do love that card.
who is
But
ugly
instead, I
face?
got a hollowed one that I'm gonna give to JB.
Yeah, Vengevine's like in my top 4 cards. It's like that.
Who is ugly face?
Ollie, he does not like to be
That's
called that. One time he
Oh,
was on a show. He's like, AKA Ugly Face, and I was just, I haven't let it go. He's like, stop
well, I
calling
was
me that.
listening
He's like, don't
because
call
I
me
wanted to see how many of the podcasts like we had on YouTube, and I noticed we stopped at like 131 or something.
that. Yeah.
And that was the last one Ollie was on. And when he introduced himself, he even said he was like, "I called myself Ugly Face, and it is now part of the vocabulary of the Paper Player podcast."
I just like it. It just makes me laugh. It's a great name for him.
hmm
Like, if it's self-claimed, it's like great.
Yep.
Yeah. So
wow.
he's always stunting on all this cool shit on Twitter though. Well, it's like his mail days are cool. It's all signed stuff.
Yeah.
That fucker plays EDH. I saw him.
Oh, he does. He has Eldrazi EDH.
Nutty. I mean, which I don't know
He
if it's a
has
5.
one.
He's got he's got like an evil twin signed. I'm like, what format uses evil twin? I was like,
He's got a Garuda deck.
That's
Is
about
what
okay.
his new deck.
Gotcha. That makes more sense. They would just be anybody that's like, they would just be like hardcore stupid combo, cast 1 card, hopefully it wins, Garuda go, and just every clone possible
That's
because
That's what I was saying. Is he played my deck better than I did? Just
Found out
he like
today
hit the comma off of like his Garuda.
yeah.
I found out today one of the
Yeah.
Fallout cards I had went from $15 to like $100.
They all be doing that.
Which one?
I have the Surge Foil.
Oh,
I can't I
the
think
Surge
The
name
two
of it.
the
It's
2 minute card that you tap, then mill 1, and then if it's a sorcerer instant, you have to put it in your hand.
No, it's the flash equipment. When it comes in, it attaches to a creature and gives it hexproof, and then if it's
Oh
it can't be blocked.
yeah. That whole set is like really limited printed, so there is just not a lot of it. So
Yeah, there's not enough.
yeah. So and
So like, hang on. Is the the listed price that, or is there a confirmed sale at $100?
Firm sale for Surge Foil.
Oh. Oh my God! Why is it?
I believe it.
trash?
Like it makes the most sense, man. Like that shit's nuts. Like,
It's really
Right.
good. Flash equipment's
well, it's one of those. It's like Darksteel Plate. Like Darksteel Plate is just trash, but people love that card.
hexproof's pretty good though on the spot.
Yeah, it's yeah.
But my favorite one that I have still is the foil Soul Ring. It just looks really cool.
Hmm.
I opened up the Hullbreak order because Mana Vault on Friday only had 1 pack of the collectors left.
Oh sure.
That was our last one, so I bought it. And I opened up the alternate Hullbreak order, which will be perfect for blue-black EDH.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can't wait to Thassa's Oracle these people on Friday.
Ooh, we got some juicy ones to talk about today. All right. We're gonna get going.
Where the fuck
Fuck
is
JB.
this so hard today?
3, 2, 1.
No, don't go.
We're already live, but
Dude, it doesn't matter. You can change your background whenever.
you better
I
hurry.
know, but
Everyone's
I'm
gonna.
also just like
Everyone's gonna know.
fumbling around here. My computer is so slow.
Mhm.
Where the fuck is
I should have called this episode Reserve List Energy. Reserve list cards with energy. That's all this is. The whole goddamn set is.
Too high. Zoom in this way a little bit. There
Gotta
we
get
go.
your playset of 1 green, search for a basic, get 2 energy. What was that? Aether. The card that got banned in standard.
Attune with Aether.
Aether.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there's that one. I think so. I'll save it for the show because I think energy is actually gonna be good, and I'm scared. Just because that Wheel of Fortune is pay X energy, so if you have like 30 energy, it's a draw 30. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
okay,
that's pretty gross.
yeah. So obviously it's dual sided, so if you pay 30 energy, your opponent can also draw 30 energy. But like you just go like Bowmaster. Like, would you like to draw 30 cards and die, or let me draw 30 cards and win the game? What would you like?
What you're telling me is that Bowmaster apparently is good with wheels.
Oh, now you're getting it. Or have a Shieldred, either or. Any of
Oh
those.
my god.
Yeah. Do you want to die? Like, I don't know if it's like, so I think, I don't know. And that at the baseline, the cards draw 3. Like, both players draw 3.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right. 3, 2, 1. You are listening to episode 152 of Paper Player. I'm your host, Tony, joined with Josh and Jeff. JB might be coming along, but that dude likes to nap at such random hours of the day. And with that, let's just get right into it. A lot of news came out. We had a lot more leaks, and guess what? We're not Wizards cucked, so we can talk about the leaks because, fuck them. And
I actually am a Wizards employee, so
oh yeah, actually, Josh has been using his Nokia 2000 Engage, with Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 on it to leak all the photos. But
Taylor Swift is so popular, then how come none of her songs are on Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2?
no shit, that's the truth. Yeah, so a lot of leaks came out. Some official spoilers came out too that were unique that we'll get into. A huge ban, probably the biggest ban of all time that's ever happened in the history of Magic.
Literally.
Yeah, it's nothing beats it. So I mean, Mark Rosewater, you screwed up with another unset. And Jace is a furry, and yeah. So with that,
Same.
yep, same. With that, Jeff, did you play Magic this week?
I did. So Friday I went to the Star Championship for Standard.
Yep.
Packing mono red with Slick Shot in it. Kind of play testing for Dallas. Round 1, I played against some like
Dennis.
homebrew. Got there into round 2. I played against the blue-red version of my deck. And I've played against like every version. I've probably crammed like 200 games of Standard in the last like week and a half.
It's exciting, man.
Yeah, and I played against every other version of it, and it just seems not bad, just diluted. Like I get like trying to run spell pierce and stuff to like protect your stuff, but it's just not good enough.
Yeah.
I think the mono red is just more like streamlined. So I got there against him. Round 3, I played against Tony.
Not this Tony.
Antonio and his
Lesser
Mardu
Tony.
Homebrew. He was the first person to give me a game loss, but in game 3 I got there. He had a decent amount of lifelink, but I was just able to like, do 5 here, deal 8 there, and then game 3 I got there with Urbrash Forge because I'm running 3 main because that card's just too good not to.
Yeah.
And a 6/1 with trample on turn 8 just kind of gets you there.
Yep.
So go to the finals, and I get paired against Old Ugly Face, and he's on Domain.
Yeah.
And game 1, he gets there just by chaining 3 angels together. I was able to deal with like the first 1, and then the second 2 were like just kind of rough to deal with.
Yep.
Game 3, got really aggressive. Got towards the end of the game, he casted angel. I stole it from him and hit him to kill him. So game 3, he pulled out all his Atraxas because he didn't want me to steal them.
Yeah.
And he just kind of like kept on par, and I kept a really bad hand. Like I even took a picture of it with my phone to ask his opinion afterwards.
Yeah.
We both agreed like not having a 1-drop, even though I mulled a 6, just isn't good enough.
Yeah.
And my mulled the 5s are pretty decent in that deck, but like I still risked it and ended up losing. I love playing against Ali. He's a great guy, like fun to play with, gave me a lot of pointers, which I really appreciated. And then we were kind of memeing on the fact that this is a standard challenge, and all three of the cards you get for playing are for vintage, because it's like Root Wall, Hollowed One, and then Vegevine,
Yep.
which none of these see play. I don't even think any of them can even be played in Pioneer.
That is,
So
I mean, yes, the only one that you
Oh,
could is Hollow
Hollow
One, but like I don't know if there's a deck yet for it.
yeah,
We're not there.
but yeah, so I think it's kind of funny that they don't even put standard cards in the championship. Like, why not have a Shieldred? Why not have an Atraxa? Like,
right.
make it worth winning instead
Right.
of, what if it's someone who plays standard and they're like, cool, I've got these cards that I'm never going to play. Most of them, like, yeah, they'll have value that first weekend, but no one's buying them at that first weekend.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I did that. And besides that, just been cramming a lot of matches, been going like 4-1 and stuff in leagues. My weakest matchup is probably Black Blue, just because, like, the removal and bounce gets really annoying really quick. But I think I just got to chalk it up to, like, that's going to be my bad matchup because every deck has a bad matchup.
Yeah, I mean, you have outs, and one of the things, I don't know, this may be a question to ask you with your bad matchups. Is it, if your bad matchup is what it is, let's say it's 30-70. I know it's not that drastic, but let's say if it is it worth even putting sideboard slots dedicated to that matchup, or just like going like, you know what, if I go against them, let's hopefully luck favors me in this, and then just go on from there. I know it can kind of, sideboard slots can go either way, but it's like, do you want to dedicate any effort towards them?
So what's nice is all the sideboard slots that would be technically reserved for blue black
Yep.
are the same things I need for blue white,
Yep.
which I have better matchup against because they don't have as much removal.
Gotcha.
So I'm not really technically dedicating anything to my bad matchups. It just so happens that my sideboard slots for blue white also work for blue black. And Forge, again, being main is really nice because I just bait them out till they tap out. Like, they'll cast their Shieldred. I'll be like, all right, here's a Forge. I'll eat a Shieldred for a turn. Next turn, I have plenty of kill spells for it. A lot of the time, they have to waste hard casting like Otawaru to bounce it back to my hand, which I'm perfectly fine with. And a lot of the time against blue black, what I have to do is I have to put the slick shots in plot and just kind of wait till they finally like exhaust their resources, and then I'm like, all right, here's my threats, like, deal with them.
Gotcha.
But the rest of my matchups seem pretty good. I have a really good matchup against Convoke because, like, it runs 2 End the Festivities and 2 Vampire Vengeance, which is really good.
Someone in the chat's asking how your matchup against, I don't know if you played against Team or Analysis yet, or Analyst.
I have. So originally I was packing for my sideboard. I was packing I might have talked about this last week, but Gatekeeper. It's a 2-drop. You can exile. It's like a creature, artifact, enchantment, or land.
Yeah.
And then whenever a player either plays the land or plays one of these, they lose 2. And I was like, oh, I'll totally destroy Analyst. I'll just grab a land out of their graveyard. Well, all of their cards say put the lands into play, not play them. So it doesn't trigger it. I found that out the hard way. So I'm just packing 2 hearses in the board, and they've seemed to be doing fine. Like, as long as I can land 1, I get rid of enough lands that it doesn't really matter. And I tend to kill their creatures before they can, like, activate them.
Yeah, I don't think any of their creatures have ward, do they? Nothing significant.
No. The only list or version I've seen that, like, was definitely interesting and, like, I have to figure out how to play against is there's a version that runs black. And there's a card where you can sack as many permanents as you want. You draw that many cards.
Yep.
So they tap all their lands, sack all their permanents, cast. I think it's Sabine's the one that brings back all the lands from the graveyard tapped, and that can get out of hand.
Yeah.
But I really haven't had too many issues with that deck, to be honest. Like, I'm just fast enough where it's I can normally get under them.
Right. Sick, man. All right.
Yeah, I'm excited. Prepping. I think starting next week is when I'll start asking you guys to do some actual, like, play testing, talking through steps and stuff like that.
Sure, that would be ideal. You leave in 2 weeks, right?
We leave. Yeah, we.
2 weeks.
What day is that? The 28th. We leave 2 weeks from today.
Yeah,
we leave on Wednesday.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. I should be able to do testing with you on the 24th and 25th. If you want to get like just to nitty gritty of it.
24th is next week's Sunday, right?
Friday.
Right.
Friday. Okay,
Right?
yeah. I
You
should be able
you
to
tell me
do
the dates, like the weekend. I can work with you on it.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Yeah,
And I
let's do that.
appreciate that.
Yeah, Dennis, I'm sure he'll share this list. It's just probably a pretty stock red list if I had to guess, but post it in the
There's
chat.
some changes to it,
Yeah.
but yeah, after the podcast, I will send you it, and we can put like if you
I'll
even want to
post
post it.
I'll just DM you,
Yeah.
Dennis. Send it to you. All right. Josh, you get any magic in?
Nope.
All right, cool. I did a
I spent a lot of money on Magic cards, but I didn't play any games.
gotcha.
Welcome to the average Magic player.
Oh yeah, you better believe it. Just spending money and never doing anything with it, just having them sleeved up. I did play a league with that list.
Sleeving up a new commander deck.
That red green list I sent you guys. The initial list had Tarmogoyf in it, and I went 1-4 because Tarmogoyf is real bad. And then I'm gonna try to play it tonight with Magda's in the Tarmogoyf slot, the new Magda, just because you can liquid metal code and get a treasure, and then kind of play games like that. And then the treasures also that the Ragavan and the Fable of the Mirror Breaker can also make 4/4 flying haste dragons. So I think I'm gonna try that card out today and see how I like it. And
I want to say I saw Aspiring Spike playing that list earlier today.
Just like a red green one.
Yeah, it had like Renin 6 and Magda in there. And,
Yeah.
But they're running like Valakut.
Yep, it's playing Wish where it just goes off and just Valakut's them for a shot. Yeah, I've seen it. It's got the 3/3 analyst in there or whatever. Anytime you commit a crime, that card is. I was gonna ask.
Green rare.
I was wondering if JB played Legacy yesterday because I wanted to ask him like, hey, just throw this card in and let me know if it does work with Rashad imports. Like, just tell me if that works. like if that's worthwhile. Like Wasteland on my turn. Get that trigger crime, hopefully get another Wasteland. It does come into play tapped, I believe, and then Rashad import them on their turn, and then get like it being able to go like up to like 15, 18 lands, like especially in like a lands meta, seems good. But I don't. A 3-mana 3/3 is also kind of loose. I'm curious.
It has reach, right?
I think is it Vigilance or Reach? I don't know. It's probably Reach. It's got probably
Reach. 100% Reach.
Yeah, so it's the only downside is a 3-mana 3/3. Well, I know those decks once upon a time played Tireless Tracker, and I don't know if that card is like worth just seeing if it's going to do some action on that, just because it digs so frequently, and lands is just a deck dedicated to blowing up the opponent's lands or tapping their lands, so you're able to just commit so many crimes like kind of free. And if you commit a crime and sometimes put a land into play, like I can't imagine how much longer that game's going to go since you're going to be able to dig so deep throughout your deck. So anyways, I was gonna ask JB if you tried that. All right, let's just jump right into. Let's go over into the bands. The world's largest band of Mind Goblin. Who knew?
Bro, I was looking through my binder and I had a foil Mind Goblin sitting in there.
Yeah, me too. It's whatever. Like you can still play it in Commander, so if you want to be that annoying shit, you can still do that.
I don't want to bring a sticker deck.
I mean, you still can, but all right. So
I also fart in your general direction.
So the band announcement was just basically Legacy, Vintage, and Pauper. All cards that bring stickers or attractions into the game are banned, and they show the full list, which is a giant list of both attraction and those cards. And then the only other change for Pauper was all glitters is banned just because it was printed in the Commander Master set from uncommon to common, and it pushed kind of that archetype too far, where it's just making the games like pretty boring because I believe Rancor is an uncommon or common. All the glitters is an uncommon, and then you have hexproof guys that are common. So like that deck was just good, and the answers weren't there to deal with it. So like they have like Diabolic Edict, but it just wasn't working. Anyways, Legacy and Vintage, the main reason this became such a problem for sticker decks, or stickers, if you will, and they gave a list of reasons, but there are decks that feature Phyrexian Metamorph. And if you're playing Phyrexian Metamorph, technically you should bring a sticker deck, because if you run into a Mind Goblin and have to copy that Mind Goblin, you need a sticker deck. So even if you didn't have the Mind Goblin or blank out, we're just going to call it Mind Goblin because I think that's what the meme is. So if you were playing a Mind Goblin, you would have to present that deck. And if you were playing a Clone Effect, you had to bring that deck. If you didn't and you were ill-equipped, if you had a scenario where you needed to gain mana and you weren't there, you got, hosed. Kind of a shitty, design in that sense. But, I mean, That's the only card that was relevant, and the other cards were kind of like memey, right? The attractions were memey.
There was when we were in Chicago, one of the people we were with was presenting a sticker deck and had no intention of ever using it at all.
Well, it's like a way to be like, hey, I'm on goblins, and then like just kind of
like he like made some MTG talking head go off on Twitter about it.
good. Fuck that guy. Sorry.
I thought it was funny.
I will
I
admit,
think it's funny too.
I think Mind Goblin getting banned does suck.
Yeah.
Because like it was what goblins needed to like barely stay relevant, and I think the deck just kind of falls off again.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really go back to Lackey.
Just make a fixed one that adds 6 mana.
Well,
Or you just change it to say roll a d6.
do the one the one they have on Magic Online now, where it's literally just they call it Sticker Goblin. You could call it Sticker Goblin technically, and then it would just be roll a d6, 1, 2 equals 3, or whatever the breakdown needs to be. 6 mana is a lot though, and like the deck was not often, but it could turn 1 Muxus and can kill you. Yeah, you're just like like Crow Mox, Ancient Tomb, Mind Goblin, hit 6, Muxus, you lose, and it's like, all right, like that wasn't much of a game, but all right, but that could happen.
Cool though. Let the goblins do the goblins.
I know, like, well,
Yeah.
like Lackey's dead, and you can't play Lackey because of Orchestra Master, so like all those
yeah.
things. Yeah, so, yeah, it's overall the unset. It's been a year and some change since it's been out, maybe a little bit longer, and this is just
It was at the first Magic Con in Vegas, which was 22.
Yeah, so like it's just upsetting to be players that are just like, God damn it, like fuck this, like I hate stickers and so forth, and that's really probably the main reason. Like, sure, there like the Mind Goblin was good, but I think it was just like old fogies being like, I can't believe you brought stickers into my goddamn game. So who knew that stickers? Yeah, who knew that stickers would upset people so much, right? So.
We did. Everyone knew.
Yeah, exactly. It was right from the get-go. You telling me these are legal? Why? Yeah. But
People just like to be upset.
yeah, they also talked about other things of like standard, pioneer, and modern, kind of the things that they're zoning in on, and hopefully to take care of or not take care of, but like, there's still no mention of grief, which is really surprising for modern, and it's like. And I know, Josh, you're saying Amulet's better than Grief, and maybe that's true. I just think the play pattern of Grief is much more obnoxious.
Yeah, you're right. Like everything you just said is true.
Yeah.
I feel like Grief is just more generic gameplay versus Amulet Titan needing pieces to fall in a certain way.
Yeah.
Grief's more sensational.
Yeah. Well,
that's what news is in 2024.
Yeah. I mean, like everybody who's playing scam decks, whether it's modern or legacy, is frothing at the mouth when their opponent mulligans. You're like, I'm gonna fucking get you so good, man. Hopefully you kept a good 6, because I'm gonna fuck you. If you kept a questionable 6, you're done. That's kind of what that feels like. And when you mulligan against those decks and they grief you, and then they reanimate it or do whatever they like, not dead after all, whatever the combination of cards they're using are, and they just like tear your hand apart, and you're like, cool, I have 3 lands in a play. Let's see how this works. like it doesn't feel great. And then Bowmasters being able to kind of just go in tandem with Grief, preventing people from drawing out of the situation.
Their hand. Yeah.
Like any kind of comeback mechanic, Brainstorm Ponder, or in modern right now, there's a lot of workarounds that people are doing, like Narsets and things of that nature, to make sure that they kind of stay out of that draw clause. But any of those comeback mechanics are just kind of gone. And Grief is going to sit there and beat you down. Like, it's also putting a clock onto you, so you can't, like... It's not like Thoughtseize, where, like, okay, cool, they don't have, like, a Tarmogoyf. Like, we're playing Drago here, Thoughtseize was irrelevant. It's way more significant than that, and that's, like, where, like, the 3... And also has Menace, so, like, the first one that you put down is not enough. Yeah, the Menace
is nuts.
Yeah, the first one that you put down is not... Like, if it had Death Touch, I don't think anybody would care. Like, oh, sweet, I'll just put something in front of the block. It's like, no, it's got Menace, so you have to come up with 2 guys to stop this thing. So... Anyways, that was the big news. As far as Pauper goes, I don't know if anybody's really into Pauper. Maybe you can play other decks now that can beat, that style deck. I don't know. Although theirs is really good for it, and it might have done.
Bogles?
Yeah, Bogles or whatever. I like how they talk about Brawl as if anybody's actually really caring about that. But for the people that are playing Brawl and having a grand old time with
One guy.
yeah,
There's one guy. Remember, he's the champion.
Historic Brawl is like the more popular one.
Right, that one's got anybody who plays. I played in a Brawl tournament once when it first came out, and I think Brawl was introduced with.
It was Eldraine because they released the 2 Brawl decks.
4. It was 4. It was
4.
yeah.
Oh yeah, because there's Trulane, the Fairy, Corval,
and then random Mardu equipment guy.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's got a. There was a card that was relevant in there that people really wanted for a while. Anyways, biggest ban that we've ever seen. The meme I've just been baiting people into saying that like Mind Goblin's better than Black Lotus, and it clearly shows that Mind Goblin's banned in Legacy due to power, and it was like that's not it. No different than Josh's post of Lion's Eye Diamond. Man,
waifus.
Dude. People are like actually it's good. There's reasons $500. Like shut up.
It's got a white flu on it. That's why it's $400.
Shut up.
You guys are simps.
Yeah, dude. All right. Okay. With that ban and restricted list, we'll go right into some of the spoilers. And there was this run that just came out, which was Eldamri and Corvidal, which is green
That's his
1.
Name. It's just hyphen. It's just comma.
Yeah. I didn't know. I thought Eldrami, or I guess the original printing of him was like Lord of the Leaves or something. But this one's green 1 for a 3/3 legendary elf warrior. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast creatures from the top of your library, and then for a green and tap, and you have to tap 2 untapped creatures you control. Reveal a card from your hand or the top of your library. If you reveal a creature card this way, put it onto the battlefield. Activate only during your turn. So,
It's
Crash.
this is fun.
medium. It's at best.
Yeah, I mean it's not good for modern by any means, but like
It'll be fun, like commander deck or something. With
yeah. I like how you're able to reveal something that's not a creature, like out of your hand, like, hey, joke's on you. I had nothing. Yeah, so not being able to have a cast trigger sucks. That's really all it comes down to. Like if you're not and not giving it haste also sucks. So like all the big bads that you can put into play, pretty medium. The other card that people are kind of losing their mind over is Kozilek's Unsealing, which is an official spoiler, which is 2 and a blue for an enchantment. It has Devoid, so you can't pitch it to Force of Will or any pitch effects. Whenever you cast a creature spell with 4, 5, or 6 mana costs, or mana value, I should say, you create 2/0/1 Eldrazi spawns that have sack added colorless, and then whenever you cast a creature spell with mana greater or 7 or greater, draw 3 cards. Yikes.
Oh, a lot of people hate.
Is this just 3 mana bean?
Sort of. You have to pay like there are so
It
like
has to be a creature spell.
yes. So it's not like you get to terminate it or force will and draw a card, right? Like that's insane.
Correct.
But like cards like Thought Monitor, as Josh was saying in our chat earlier, is draw 5 and
Draw
it's
5.
a cast trigger, so it's really hard to kind of deal with. So if you're playing the affinity deck that we're looking to kind of go into, which they now have 12 Mirror Enforcers.
Frogmite 7?
No, Frogmite's 4. Hi, JB. I knew you. How was your nap?
Oh, it was great.
Always napping. So with that, like, there's not the once per turn clause on it, so these chain, and I can't imagine somebody not trying to build a deck with every single affinity card over 7, which there are plenty. But still, like, cast trigger, draw 3, draw 3, draw 3, like. And if you hit a Thought Monitor and you draw 5, like I can't imagine, like
1 mana draw 5 seems nuts.
Yeah, 3 of them being on cast trigger. So I think, is there a deck that you could play that would be like a retract deck that you could draw your entire deck?
Paradoxical Outcome.
Yeah, that one costs 4 mana. So retract is a single blue. So that's the only reason I look towards that card. Like, it's forced. You have to bring everything up. So you have to bring up like your Ornithopters and all that stuff. But like, if you're able to deploy all that stuff again, like it doesn't matter. Paradoxical Outcome draws all the cards too. So like, is there a deck that could do that?
I mean, you could just play Affinity because anything that doesn't cost 7 nets you a mana anyways to continue to cast more stuff.
Yeah.
So as long as you have like 2 blue, you could probably draw your entire deck.
Yeah. And even your Frogmites create 2 mana, right? So if you cast a Frogmite, it's like, oh, so I imagine there's something there. I don't know what it is at this moment. And then it obviously works with Sign of Draco, but I don't really think this needs help.
No, that deck is the way
Plus,
it's going to
it's
be.
got its own thing. Yeah, it's probably not going to play that card anyways.
Like it's like this
It doesn't fit in there well enough.
So,
I don't know if this deck will be good, but
It'd be fun.
well,
It'd be goofy to try.
It's one of those things.
again,
like,
you're talking about a format like, do you really want to be drawing 5 when your opponent can like flash in Bowmasters?
yeah, I mean that's fair. That's a good point.
Yeah, Bowmasters makes all this stuff put in check. It's great.
Well, they still ban beans. Well, Bowmasters.
Yeah.
They you know.
That's fine.
Yeah, they didn't like Leyland Binding and drawing one card, so I can't imagine they. Anyways, it's restricted to creatures. Obviously, it's like the idea is it's connected to Kozilek, which is cool. Whatever these crab guys are, these aren't even real like 7-mana creatures. This is some bullshit.
It also so you don't draw off like stuff like Leyline Binding and shit.
Yeah, that too. That's a big one. Like I said, not being able to draw off the Forcible is huge. Like,
yeah,
or get those other things. Another card. This is just like a pauper card. I don't know if it's that good, but it's basically an upgraded version of like Primal Clay. It has better modes. An O12 Defender is pretty cool for 4 mana. So that's like super high stats, and it's yeah, I'm sure decks will want to play this card. Wumpus Aberration, which is a callback to something, which is green 3. It's got Devoid.
Hunted Wumpus.
Yes, it's okay. So if you cast a spell,
part of the hunted cycle.
yeah. If colorless wasn't spent to cast it, target opponent may put a creature from their hand onto the battlefield, and that has trample.
I like
so
that.
It's a 4-mana 6/6.
it's bad.
I mean,
Bad, but it makes me laugh.
yeah, it's like
It's not. It's meant to be bad.
yeah, it's meant to be a 4-mana 6/6 unlimited, right? Like
Yeah. When hunted Wumpus is when it ETBs, you sacrifice it.
Yeah.
Unless. Oh wait, no.
Your opponent gets tokens, don't they?
No, they get to put a creature from their hand into play.
they do.
It's the same card.
Okay.
It's the same card. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Writhing Chrysalis. I think that's how you say that. I don't even know. Yeah. I tried my best on that one. Thanks, bud. Red green 2 for a 2/3 with Devoid.
Chrysalis, do you know what a chrysalis is?
You can explain it to me now.
It's like what a moth or like a
Butterfly, I
caterpillar.
think.
It's what a caterpillar makes to
What
turn
a
into a
Metapod
butterfly.
is.
That's pretty damn
Yeah.
cool. All right. So this is a 4-mana 2/3. Whenever you cast a spell, create 2/0/1 Eldrazi spawns, and it's 2/3 with reach. And then you can, whenever you sack another Eldrazi, put a 1/1 counter onto it. So it's unlimited. It's a 4/5 with reach, or you can do something else with it. So I thought that was pretty nice. Here's Josh's
Is it
meme.
just
Oh, dude, I love that meme. Both of these.
Dude, what? What the fuck is this, man?
I like whatever.
That's an
this is.
actual painting.
I just like that.
It looks like a magic card. It looks like a magic card.
Yeah, but
But
people were
there's also like
Magic, yeah.
there is an actual like magic card. If you type in to Google the cut to ribbons mischief,
Yeah.
Oh,
one,
right. It looks kind of like
it
that.
looks just like this.
okay. People were like, "I want this Restoration Angel," because that's
Yeah, this would make a sick magic card
Ye old English.
for those just listening to it. There's like a picture I found of like a Renaissance art, or it's even pre-Renaissance, or like it's that era.
Language
Whatever.
is
1444. It says right on the artwork.
It looks like
1445.
it looks like Game of Thrones. It's got all the Game of Thrones
Yeah.
sigils.
Game of Thrones.
House
yeah,
of
that
Dragons.
sounds dark, bro.
It's
Yeah, dude.
like what's the Spain? It's a Spanish thing, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says PIERRO, which would be double R, right? That's Spanish.
Yes.
I'm just going to assume.
All right. The number one, Mark Rosewater's tweet. The number one complaint I got from players about uncards was their playgroups wouldn't let them play them. For many playgroups, Rule 0 isn't a practical thing. You
Yeah.
hit her for
Hi.
the
Hello. I love uncards. I love uncards. I always have. I've always complained that no one will. Well, I shouldn't say no one. Most people will let me play it if I
Yeah,
show
I
them.
don't give a shit. You can
As long
play
as it
them.
isn't like ridiculous.
Night of the
people will
Hokey
be like,
Pokey,
"Yeah,
get out
I
of my
don't care."
house.
But as long as it's not the card that's like you have to play with the card hand behind your back.
As
for the
long
rest
as it's
of
not
the game, right?
dexterity based. That's what they call dexterity based cards.
those
I don't
things
play
suck.
dexterity based.
Those things
I like to play bends the rules cards. Those are fun.
If you played like Stop That or whatever the discard one against me,
Yeah, I play
would
Go to
probably,
Jail, which is
I would probably like say, I would probably berate you, but I would like still let you play it.
Go to jail is 1 white. It's an enchantment that exiles target permanent, non-land permanent.
Yes.
And then whoever owns it every upkeep gets to roll 2 dice, and if they roll doubles, they get their card back.
Classic Monopoly.
Yahtzee.
Oh.
Or not
great.
Yahtzee, but
Monopoly.
It's such a
Monopoly.
good card.
Yeah, dude, that's fantastic. Like, that's a fun one.
That's what I'm saying. Like just goofy stuff like that. I'm like, all right, come on.
I've always
Just
loved, like, so when there's a local person in our area that has a vintage cube that's been going on, or that's had a cube was the person that introduced me to cube, and has had it for like, got to be on like 17 years now. And they've always just allowed booster tutor, and it's just like, it's in the cube. You play booster tutor, you just go grab because it's like a.
You've got packs with the cube.
Yeah, you go grab a pack with the cube and just you get to draft 1 card out of it, and then obviously you have to return that. But it's just like, it's cool. Like, I'm like, oh, that's so sick. And
Yeah, it's
booster,
fun.
yeah, and booster tutor and
It's like a little bit of goofiness to the game that's
Yeah.
out of the bounds
yeah,
of normal Magic.
yeah. I've seen somebody booster tutor for they're like, I need to hit a basic mountain. Like,
I've seen someone booster tutor for a cancel and hit the cancel.
dude, that's like the cool. That's like, you booster tutor should just be black bordered. I mean,
Dude, if I could get people to agree to this uncard rule,
Mhm.
I would play that R&D secret layer in like every black EDH I
The
own.
foil one.
The
Yeah.
combo, the combo to auto
Yeah.
win with whatever that card is.
But yeah.
The three black card.
So the bottom line is, Rule 0 is not practical, and I've been shouting it from the hilltops, like, keep this shit. Like, we keep that shit in the kitchen. Like, you can, whatever, your house rules are your house, but you come to an LGS, I'm coming to smoke your ass. I'm gonna be playing stacks. I'm gonna ruin everybody's day.
And like that's the thing
But
is,
this is talking
someone
about
will
the
either
kitchen
win
table
right.
that says their group.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I try to be vulgar with it by saying, like, kitchen table, but your play group, it's your play group. It's just, if you sit down at an F&M and you are randomly assigned with other people, like, anything goes. That's just what's legal is legal. If you didn't bring a CDH deck, kick rocks. And when stores try to enforce that,
You have to, if you're playing a commander game with random people, that everyone's going to be playing their best deck and just always assume CEDH.
yes, yeah,
Someone in the pod's got something busted going on.
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, it's about a 7, and then it's got a guy's cradle, and you're like,
That guy is Cradle.
you're like, okay, you just made 20 mana. Yeah, all right. I bet your
I
deck's
mean, I'll always go back to us being really, really drunk at Gen Con in our hotel lobby.
yeah.
And some guy walks up and he goes, could I join in? And we're like, yeah, you can be the 5th. That's fine. He's like, how sweaty are we being? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I got like an Angels deck that does nothing except play 1 card a turn. He's like, all right. And then he busts out the whatever that card is that whenever you draw a card, you lose a life.
Yeah.
Necrosar.
Yeah, it was just like Nekasar deck with like all the power. And
Yeah.
it was like, what are you doing?
Wheel. Did you have fun? Did you like drawing 35 cards and losing?
And guess what happened? We beat his head in, and he left.
Yeah.
Everyone fought him, and he died, and he left.
Yeah, like, get the fuck out of here, you nuisance. I already remember
man.
that. Yeah, so Modern Horizons 3 is just a I stated this earlier, that it's just reserve list cards with energy stapled onto them. Like,
Right.
yeah. So I don't know what to think of them just yet. Like, it's hard to say, because like,
It's a weird place to think about. It's like such a weird mechanic. It's basically mana, right? It's basically mana.
yeah. So
Man, you're jumping around here.
yeah, sorry. So I was trying to get you an example of it. Let's see if I can find
I
it.
like how I made this meme and then immediately afterwards I made an energy meme with the Chrome Box.
Yeah. See if I can find an energy card. So,
And then
There were just
immediately
like
afterwards,
two.
You just passed 2, dude.
well, this is an old one.
Before that.
Okay, sure.
and then immediately afterwards I was like it should just be tap, pay an energy, make a mana of any color.
Yeah, that's how it should be. So what I have on screen is that one of the leaked cards is called Primal Prayers. 2 green for an enchantment. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy. You may cast creature spells with mana value 3 or less by paying energy rather than their mana cost. And if you cast a spell this way, you may cast it as though it has flash. This is an Alluring callback.
Yep, we'll learn. A battle learn.
Well, it actually enables this card where you can go.
That's what I wonder. Is there a creature that?
Yep. You can get not infinite energy, but you can get infinite ETBs with this, and then do whatever you're gonna.
Wait, what does that do? Let me read that.
So green belt, when it enters the battlefield, you pay to. You have to. You can't get a choice. If you can't, return it back to your hand, to its owner's hand.
Oh, so it just flickers itself.
Yeah, so you're able to always stay at a solid 1 energy because it comes in. You spend 1 energy to bring it in. You checks you don't have 2. It goes back to your hand, giving you 2 energies. You spend 1 energy, bring it back down. Checks you don't have 2. Keeps doing that. So anything with an ETB effect, like this card, whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you deal damage to each opponent. Any of those ETB effects, impact, tremors, insert thing, right?
Go back to the elephant real quick.
Yep.
Enters the battlefield.
Yeah.
Basically,
Okay.
it comes down. You pay 1 energy, you go down to 1 energy, then it bounces back to your hand, and you gain 1 energy, so you're back to 2.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it gave you the 1 energy on entering, because I was gonna say like there's a timing issue, but it doesn't.
So like that works here, right? And this is a bulkware. Like you can go pick them up for 25 cents and just have 4 of them in case this becomes something significant. I don't
Tony
think
out here looking out for the boys.
Always. It's like it's such a you'll just find them in bulk bins and like just go get 4 because it could be something, and then once it becomes something, it's no longer 25 cents. It's $7 because it was a set from 7 years ago. So they're really
and
not.
Everyone threw away their copies of it.
Yeah, it's it's a trash card. So, but they found a way. So, as far as like energy goes, it was problematic in standard because of a payout of 8 mana. What was that card that was like? I can't remember.
Marvel. Yeah, Marvel.
Yeah, there you go. So it was problematic there. And that was obviously like that didn't translate over into Legacy or Modern because it's like this 4 mana bulky artifact or whatever, however many cost, just it doesn't like pan out well.
It was 5 mana, I thought.
Whatever the mana is, it just wasn't gonna fit, and with all the crappy energy cards that existed. And if they print any energy cards that are significant, that are good,
it might come back.
Yeah. So
go buy those because they're like $1.
Yeah. Well, there are a few of them that are like really good. Like a 2 with Aether is kind of just like, get 2 mana get 2 energy.
On MTGO, foil Aetherworks Marvel is like $100 or some shit like that.
Is it really?
Well, because all the spares got claimed.
Oh, sure.
You need the foil one, or if you want the set or whatever to get the set shipped to you.
Yeah.
You have to have the entire set.
Yeah.
And that's like that's the money card or whatever is the foil. Aetherworks Marvel.
Gotcha. There's also a energy Wheel of Fortune that I know it's dual sided, but you can pay X energy, so you can potentially draw more than 7 cards. You can draw 20 cards. Which with like we were saying earlier, with Orcish Bowmaster Shieldred, you can prevent your opponent from, or Narset, you can prevent your opponent from drawing any of those cards, and you just drawing 20 cards. So if you need like an energy jump, like 3 mana, draw 20 seems really absurd. It takes a lot of work. I don't know what that deck could look like, but if it exists, like, goddamn, like it's pretty absurd. So, Jace is now a furry. It was accidentally confirmed on these.
Same.
Josh is also a furry, by the way. Whenever you want to show us your tail, you just stand up and do a spin, buddy. Yeah. We're probably going to get a lot of iconic planeswalkers that are furries as special guests, if I had to imagine. Because it's in the special guest slot, I think. At least that's what it looks like. Unless they're just putting furry Jason to standard, which we'll put into Pioneer, which would be perfectly fine for Pioneer in this day and age.
No, it's like the bonus. It's like the bonus sheet.
Oh, it is.
Like how we got the
special guest.
Okay.
It's not a special guest. It's a bonus sheet card.
Yeah.
Like
okay. Either way.
Like how we got the outlaw card, or like the prosperity cards and outlaws.
So they're just gonna make it's gonna be all. It's gonna be 50 furries.
Yeah. There's gonna be like
I was gonna say. You know how people really, how some people really like artists and like to, look into the artists' names and stuff?
Yeah.
Don't do that with these people. Just don't. Probably not going to be good for your mental health.
Let me see what your line of work is. Oh. Ugh.
Instant, facial shift. Well.
All right. Oh, no. Facebook. Let's get back into it. Sorry. The other cards I wanted to kind of showcase, if I can get to them, I just don't feel like making PowerPoints anymore. That's really what this is. These are pretty cool. It looks like the return of MDFC lands. And this is an uncommon I'm showing you on the screen, which is Boggart Trawler, which is a 2 black. So 3 mana for a goblin. When it ETBs, exile target player's graveyard. It's a 3/1. And then on the backside, it's a tap land. Or you can pay 3 lives to have it come into play untapped, and it's only for a black, and it's also uncommon. So
I like these cards.
yeah, those
They
are
need
sweet.
to do more of these.
Yep.
Just because it gives you so many options, and like again, I'm not the biggest EDH guy, but like this card is gonna be bad in most places, but EDH, a-okay.
It's graveyard hate mixed
Good
with
card.
a land. It's just another Bajuka Bog, and I like that.
Yeah, well, your goblin matron can go search a land or a trawler. So it's dual-sided, or this. It's a small minor effect. It's a little overcosted, but that's how these things should be to make sure that they're safe.
I was about to say, yep. So they don't see play in real formats. In
Yep.
EDH, great, perfect. Have a million of these.
This blue one's pretty good too. It's Sink into Stupor, which is blue 1 for an instant. Return target spelled or non-land permanent to its owner's hand, and that's really all it does. And then it has the same tax, but for blue. You can either pay 3 life to have it entered untapped, or it enters tapped. So pretty good, I think. Like,
Yeah, I like this card.
doesn't counter, so like gets around all the can't be counter clauses from like Cavern of Souls. So that's relevant. And there's
And it
one.
costs
yeah.
a decent cost,
Yep.
so it isn't busted.
And then they look like they revealed a 2-colored one, which is Demir, Hybrid, and 3, so 4 mana total for an instant. Search for search your library.
This one's gonna be like,
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. It's a search for search your library for an instant card or card with flash. Reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle. And then on the backside, it does come into play tap regardless of what you do.
I was about to say it's gotta be tapped, right?
Yeah. So this one has
But it's a dual land,
it is a dual land.
Yeah.
Yep.
which we have not had a dual land at MDFC yet.
Yeah. So this is probably the set that's gonna bring those.
That one's a little less like
Yeah.
wowie.
It is an uncommon, so this whole cycle automatically goes right into what's it called?
Josh's cube.
Yeah, it's so sick for your cube. Like, what an upgrade. That kind of doubles down. Yeah.
Josh yelling from across the room.
They also revealed, or not revealed, but it was leaked. 6, just that's the card name, and it's 2 in green for a legendary tree folk. That's a 2/4 with reach, and then when it attacks, mill 3 cards. You may put a land card from among them into your hand, and as long as it's your turn. Non-land cards or non-land permanent cards have retrace.
This is going straight into that 3-color
Get Shrug
land
monster.
deck that I got. Well, I don't play Gitrog, but yeah.
I love the flavor of this. 2 + 4 is 6. 3 letters plus the converted mana cost is 6.
What?
But
So
where-
SIX
oh,
is 3 letters, and then 2 in a green is 3. So
Oh,
that
okay.
equals 6.
Gotcha.
Like a bunch of stuff on
sixes
this just equals
Number
6. I like that.
27.
You blew me out there.
numberology shit.
Yeah, get out of here.
Next, you're gonna tell me about how numbers dictate your life and what the.
I mean, they do.
Yeah. The Necro
Okay,
Bloom.
fair.
The Necro Bloom. 1 in absence, so 4 mana total for a plant. Landfall.
I like this card.
Yep, this is just Field of the Dead on a stick. But Landfall, if a land enters under your control, create a 0/1 plant token. If you control 7 or more lands with different names, create 2/2 zombie instead. And then land cards you have in your graveyard have dredge 2.
Yeah, when I saw this, I was like, do I switch from red to white for that EDH deck that I got? And then I remembered that there's a lot of like pitch card, red cards, like pitch land card do thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, okay, I can't get rid of that.
Yeah, so
That's
that-
Remember when people were complaining about Field of the Dead in Commander?
And then they
Well,
printed Field
you
of
got
the
a
Dead
general that
Commander.
does it.
yeah. So have fun
Pretty
with that,
good.
guys. And then all your lands have dredge 2. So, oh, you killed my guy's cradle. I'm gonna dredge to it. Like,
That's
But
pretty
it's
good.
only a 7.
yeah. So it's pretty sick. Desert Temple looks like it's getting printed in the set, which is untapped target land. Don't know how good that is, but cool reprint. I love that they're one of the best parts about I think Modern Horizons 3 is being able to bring cards in from old sets that can't really go through standard. So like that's how we got Counterspell from Modern Horizons 2, which I think is really cool.
You ever untap a Lotus Field?
Yeah. Spy Master's Vault, which is enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a swamp. It has tap add for a black, and then target creature you control get connives X, where X is the number of creatures that died this turn. So this is just like a rare land cycle in here. This one seems bad. I don't think much of it. I'm hoping the other colors, one of them is going to do something good. There's going to be a Beseiju out of this 5 cycle, and then that's going to be like the Jesus Christ, why'd you do that?
I mean, don't you
I
just...
like that they come into play tapped if you don't control a basic though.
No,
It's
like,
not
that's
a
where they
basic
screwed up.
specifically.
A
swamp.
It's,
Well, I
yeah.
think that's where they screwed up with the Kamigawa ones, is that you can just play them straight out as land. It's just like land plus.
Yep.
Don't you just play this with griefs? Like, it dies, you bring it back. Like, you connive, make it bigger.
Yeah, you could. You certainly can. Like, if there's a mono black deck, I would assume they would try.
I mean, there's the Cabal Coffers deck.
Yeah, I mean, you try 1 or 2 of them, right? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't hurt. It's just the effect is kind of medium. Like, connive is not that great.
Yeah.
Costs 2 mana essentially though.
Well,
Yeah.
it costs it and then a black, yeah. So you don't get to do it like for free.
This should just have the land type.
No.
Yes. I
That'd be too
mean,
good. Play Urborgs. And we're probably not getting Brainstorm, so all those rumors of Brainstorm was all meme for the potato photos. But they have a card called Brain Surge, which is blue in a 2 for draw 4 cards and put 2 back. Instant.
Seems bad.
seems okay.
Seems bad.
It is bad.
Why?
3 is a million mana.
3 is a lot of mana, and there's
You're
like,
never paying 3 for this card.
how are you?
It
Well, I
shoulda
guess
came
if
down-
you're
it should have
playing.
came down. It should have costed 2, and it should have came down at the same time as Bowmasters, so that you can at least like do something before the Bowmasters comes down.
At 2, I think it would have been okay.
Yeah, you play like a Baral, and then you have like a Super Brainstorm.
Yeah, and then you go wild.
All right. I don't know what the right mana cost is for this. I don't know.
Because I mean, 3 mana is a draw 2 effect, a divination, right?
Yeah, that's the.
So this is essentially divination plus on an instant.
This,
which
yeah,
is
this is
pretty
better
good.
than divination.
It's pretty good, but is that good enough? And I don't think so.
No. Watch, we're gonna be wrong. This is gonna be the Arkham's
I was
Astrolabe.
about to say,
and just
bro, if it was 2,
I guarantee
promise
this
you
card sees
Storm
some
would
form of
be
play.
This is so
if it was
hard.
2, Storm would be insane.
Yeah.
At
Alright.
3, it makes it a lot tougher.
All right, JB, slap bet right now that this sees play within the next 3 months.
Alright.
What kind of play are we talking?
Like, just got to top 8 energy.
It's got to top 8 a non-locals.
1 time.
Yep.
Only once.
God
yep.
damn it.
Nope.
And then I
not
get
doing
to
it.
slap
That I
the shit
believe. I
outta
think
you.
it could top 8 as a 1 of or something. Randomly.
One of.
I ain't
No, it's
playing
got. All
that
right,
game.
I'll even say it's got to be at least a 2 of.
Nah, I ain't even playing that game. I think you're right on that.
Did
Dude,
they,
it's
Last time you
easy
did
to
that, I
fucking
won,
top
and then
8
the
with
next
this.
day the price dropped.
did they just make
Yeah,
this not?
you got so fucking lucky.
did they make this not 2 mana because Dredge? Because draw 4 is super high. I mean, I know they had Goblin
Probably
Lore.
Dredge, and the fact that like you were saying, because like Baral and that still sees playing like the tier 2 like Storm decks, but like
Yeah.
At tier,
what's it,
tier 3.
Electromancer
7.
or whatever.
Yeah, Goblin Electroman. Well, they've made multiple versions of that card now. Like, you have a bunch of 2 mana dudes that are reduced, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
like
so
the-
if it was 2, it'd be like pretty good.
Yeah.
It'd be like, all right, this
a 1
this
mana
gets
draw
legs.
4 put 2 back seems real good considering Brainstorm is that -1 card.
yeah, and then there's a callback to Bestow, which is for a 1/1 Merfolk Wizard enchantment creature. It's blue. That's all it costs, and then it has Bestow 1 in a blue. Whenever it's attached, or whenever this is a creature, it has prowess, and then enchanted creature has +1/+1 in prowess. So like
What is Bestow from again? Is that from
Theros,
Journey?
OG
Original
Theros.
Theros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was all of Theros. It probably was. I don't remember.
There was not Bestow in the second Theros.
Yeah, it might have been. It might have been Inspire. They were weird in those sets back then.
They were in the sets now. Come on.
Shill Gengar, Sire of the Famine, black 3 for a legendary Elder Demon. Has flying, sack another creature, create a blood token. If you sacrifice an angel this way, create a number of blood tokens equal to that toughness instead. And
Guys,
then
art's sick.
yeah, it is cool. Just sitting on
This
feathers
card's
of
sick.
angels.
I want to know this guy's lore. Who is this guy?
He's
Man, murder and
He
fucking.
evolves from Haunter.
yeah, he evolves from Haunter, and he's the shill for magic for Pokemon.
I thought
Yeah.
like the big bad demons were the 4 that have Liliana or Liliana.
Aren't they all dead?
Not this one, dude.
I think so. Except for one of them. One of them is still alive, right?
Yeah.
Man's out here killing Bane.
It does
Slayers.
have another ability.
Yeah, the other ability is triple hybrid for Orzhov, and then sacrifice 6 blood tokens. Return each creature from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter. Those creatures are vampires in addition to its type. So, sack 6 blood tokens and bring everything back. Like, yeah, that's fair. It's not.
Seems good.
It's an EDH like
Not for modern,
yeah.
but yeah.
The downside is like blood tokens are in red, and like you can't have.
I was about to say, blood is just whatever.
Yeah.
They're in bold colors.
They
like
are,
all the
I'm black.
vampires and stuff from Crimson Vow, like the black ones produce a bunch of blood tokens.
Kali the Vast
Man.
reprint.
And now is playable in modern, which
Yes. Yep.
doesn't seem playable in modern.
Yeah, dude. Formatted 2/2 that
I found out who Shogengar is.
was it. Okay. Go on.
Is that just the like shiny version of Gengar?
You guys have any idea?
No.
No.
Why would I have any idea? Why would I know this? I
He
just
is
read
a
the text.
Powerful demon lord from Innistrad, who he indirectly created the vampires of Innistrad, including Planeswalker Soren Markov.
Oh, so he's the
He's Soren's daddy.
progenitor of 'em.
Damn, dude, we got a dad. That's pretty sick.
Dude said I'm going for a pack of cigarettes and didn't come back for 7 years.
Oh shit, absence here. I gotta get out of here. She's indestructible. Grizzleband, take care of it. Oh yeah.
Like Soren's widely considered as like the strongest Planeswalker lore-wise or whatever.
Yeah.
Is this guy stronger?
I hope so.
Yeah, because he created him.
Yeah, dude.
Right?
He's like the god of vampires.
Yeah, but he's an elder demon. Which, how many things have elder on it?
I don't know, but he doesn't die to Doomblade.
Damn.
You know what he does die to?
Plummet.
Baneslayer.
Go for the throat.
Oh yeah, Baneslayer. He can't do shit to that card.
That's what I'm saying. Whose wings are these? Baneslayers out here?
Fuck, it's a bullshit.
This card being introduced to modern, I think, is interesting.
Buried Alive is a big one.
Yeah.
I'm so mad. I just bought this card for $6 like a month, like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, so Buried Alive, obviously like it brings everybody's like attention to Phoenix, like, hey, wait a minute. Because this is what makes Phoenix viable in Legacy. It's like 2 or 3.
No.
But like you can
God, don't get me excited. I've had my heart broken so many times.
it's
Yeah,
Legacy
people
viable.
too.
It's not great, but like there are Buried Alive decks that play this style. Like they go get 3 Phoenixes. Like you just spend 1 turn getting 3 Phoenixes, and then you're like, all right, I have 9 power for the rest of the game. Or Vengevines.
Buried alive. Get 3 Phoenix eggs. Gut shot.
Yeah.
Swing.
Ooh, that is pretty sick. I like that.
You're telling me we got to build
Turn
Jund
3.
so we
Yeah.
can play Vegevines in modern again.
I want to play. Well,
I forgot about
you got the root wall list, so if you have a discard outlet of some sort, you can get there. I've been just itching. There's a reason. Like I've been itching for Vengevine to be back because I love that card. And as soon as like Golgari Gravetroll comes off the ban list, which they'll inevitably do,
Right.
be like, you know what, Dredge is fine. Then we're gonna be like, oh wait, no, it's not.
No, that was a bad idea.
Shit,
Right.
not again.
Hear me out. Let's just build the vintage
Hollow deck.
Bazaar deck in
Yeah.
modern. So instead of Bazaar, we run Buried Alive.
So do you think they're gonna make a legendary or a mythic land that's bizarre, but you have to spend energy?
Man, that would be
Dude, that'd be insane. Oh
That
my
would be
god,
sick.
don't.
Please.
Like spend 3 energy, then bizarre.
That'd be so
Oh.
easy.
If it like land ETB gain 3 energy.
No,
and
it
then
can't
you
be. It can't be. It can't ETB and do that. It just
No,
can't.
it would just be like tap for colorless or pay 3 energy, tap, draw 2, discard
So
3.
when you play it,
It can't produce energy. Like that would be way too busted.
There's only one card that doesn't produce energy when you play it as of right now.
Basically, you can't let it be turn 1 activatable because that's like fucked. Like that you can't do that. that kind of fucks everything up. Victimize this year. I don't know if that card's really relevant, but it's cool.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't know if there's anything combo-esque with it. I'm sure there
Just
is.
open the special guest victimize
Yeah.
and put it in the queue.
Devourer of Destiny, which I think they officially released, which is colorless 5. This card is one of those cards that you like keep your eye out for. At the beginning of the game, it has a pregame effect. You may reveal it from your hand. If you do, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may put one of those cards onto the top of your library and exile the rest.
card is busted.
You think so?
Especially with that land, with that hand.
So what you do is you turn 0, you play this. You set up the top of your deck. If you don't have the Ancient Tomb in hand, you dig the top 4, you find it, you put it on top, you draw it for your turn, you play it, and you exile this. So it allows you to like tap to get that 2 mana.
Kind of like what's that card that got the green
You
card?
get 11 cards to look at in order to get.
Or if you have 4 of them, you get to look at like
Yeah.
30 or however. Yeah, 20 something.
This is their way of trying to fix Once Upon a Time.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
that's the card I was looking for.
And it's got flavor text.
And not to mention, like, this just like can slot into Tron because it's like everyone's like, oh, the other cards get exiled. Man, only if there's a 4-mana planeswalker that said return a colorless spell from exile
yeah,
or artifact.
Yeah, Karns can go grab all the other exiled cards. So when you
Okay.
when you cast a spell, exile target permanent that's 1 or more colors. You can't hit lands. So
That's fine.
yeah, I guess that's fair.
Fungus, hell yeah, my bro, my
Card's
man.
nuts, dude.
Sowing a Myco spawn. It's 3 and a green. Eldrazi Fungus, Devoid. It's got
Oh,
kicker, colors, and a 1. When you cast a spell, search your library for a land card, then put it on the battlefield, then shuffle. So just 4 mana, go get a land. Put it on the battlefield.
Not even tapped.
Yep. So this is
Nice.
tiny Titan. Yeah, it plays like Golos. It's cheaper than Golos. Oh my god.
And when it's kicked, you get to exile target land.
Yeah, so it's a cast trigger. Again, with the Eldrazi things, like people don't realize that it doesn't have to resolve. Like Golos and Primeval Titan have to hit the board. This is just a cast trigger. You just get to get it. And then like, whatever happens. You're just
Mono green though.
yeah.
It doesn't have to be mono
Well,
green.
I mean, come on, Amulet could play this card.
I'm thinking EDH, and I thought this card was legendary. I was like, because I saw Fungus, and I was like, I've been looking for a mushroom general.
There's so many.
Yeah. No, this one's the coolest.
Yeah,
of
but I
them.
don't like any of them.
So, I don't know if decks want the fact that it searches for a land and puts it into play is pretty sick. I don't know if decks want this, and I'm trying to think if it's legacy playable by just, casting from your hand, going grabbing a guy's cradle and putting it into play. But I don't know if that's
Paying
good
2
enough.
more and destroying their dark depths before they can copy it.
Yeah. That's a lot though, and you have to have a colorless for that, and like fuck all that noise.
Man, only if Ancient Tomb was good in Legacy.
Aether Spike, which is
Hmm.
Aether Spike, which is blue and 1, which is choose target spell. You get 2 energy, and then you may counter that spell spending the amount of energy. You may counter that spell. You may pay energy, and then they pay 1 for each energy you paid. So if you paid 1 energy, they have to pay 1. If you paid 7 energy, they have to pay 7.
Can we get energy days, please?
Spend an
No.
energy, play days, yeah.
No, you can instead of paying its mana cost, you can spend 2 energy to play it for free.
Ooh, the disruptor flute. Do. This is a super pithing needle. It's 2 mana flash. As it enters the battlefield, choose a card name. Spells with the chosen name cost 3 more to cast, and then activated abilities of sources with the chosen name can't be activated unless they're mana ability. So like, yeah, you can.
What's this supposed to?
So glad this card isn't a 1 mana
Yeah,
card.
no shit. Everybody's everybody's happy this card's on 1 mana. Nobody needs this to be tutorable with Saga.
What's this for?
Nothing. It's just a card that they were like, let's staple 2 cards
Atraxa?
together.
No?
I do wish it just
That's
said
actually-
non-land card and then got rid of the non-mana abilities.
Oh,
Give us
sure.
something that can stop, like, LEDs or whatever.
They have that.
Make LEDs feel bad.
They have those.
What?
There's a version of Pithy Needle that goes after that. I think it's
Yeah,
first.
it's called. It is Revoker.
Yeah, Revoker can hit.
But I don't want a creature. I want an artifact for 2 mana.
Beggars can't be choosers, and cowards can't block
Exactly.
warriors.
All I'm saying is you can kill
This
that
makes
guy.
LED
You can't kill
cost
this,
3.
though.
Yeah, dude, you can say LED, and it does cost 3 more. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
LED is
You know
pretty
what?
bad when you're paying 3 to add 3.
Yeah, I think you got a point, Jeff. I think this
Nah,
card's
because
actually...
they already got it on the field by the time you're playing it on turn 1.
Shut up. Just shut up.
You know I'm right.
Well,
Not
then they
when you
can't.
Not
Guess
when
what
you
they
go first.
guess what they can't
Oh,
do.
sure, but then I'm just gonna play a chalice on 0 and be like, all right, good luck.
What the fuck does Chalice on 0 do?
Stop them from
Absolutely
playing their LED.
Oh, right, smart, brilliant. God damn it.
That's what I'm saying. Is
You
if
have Chalice already. You don't need.
I want it on turn 1 to be able to be like, all right, hey, you got those cool LEDs.
Can't you
on
name
the
like
field?
fastest Oracle and be
Nah.
like, bro, your fastest costs 5. Good luck with that.
Okay, why
Yeah.
am I complaining? I already have it. I just play Null Rod. Stop. It doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
I don't care anymore.
You also, it's meant for the elementals, because like you make them cost 3 even if they're evoked.
Oh, that is pretty sick. Too bad they all come down in turn 1, so
Yeah, I mean this is fair.
pretty problematic. Grief. Oh, nice disruptor flute. I'm gonna get rid of that.
Doesn't matter. As long as you're playing it in the deck that you can play those ancient tombs in.
Sure.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, we have Oscillus Pride, which is a white for a 1/1, which already is auto suck because Bowmasters. First strike, lifelink, it has Ascend. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, put a 1/1 cat token onto the battlefield. If you have a City's Blessing, for each token you control, create a copy of that as well. So
The commander card. I know it's meant for the Ajani, but
it's a 1-mana
Bowmasters
1/1.
just killed. Why not just make them 1/2s?
Oh yeah.
This
And then-
card's dumb.
Yeah, Frogmite Enforcer. Here's what we do when we combine Frogmite and Mirror Enforcer together. So it's 7 mana for a 4/4, has affinity for artifacts, and then it has Prototype, which the prototype is red and 3 for a 2/2. So the Frogmite, except you do have to pay red on the other side of it. So kind of best of both worlds. It's also a Frog Mirror. So now we have a total of 12 Mirror Enforcers, and if Mirror Enforcers are good, which they could be with the new land, this is the
We're in
cards.
trouble.
These are the cards that make it degenerate. So, who knew that affinity needed everything to cost 7? I think that's all the new cards that I saw. Oh, this one, auto include into Josh's cube, and then also just an EDH auto include. It's 1 in a black for a human artificer that's a 1/2. It has fabricate 1, and whenever another creature or an artifact you control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life. So it's just like a Blood Artist effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Blood Artist counts their creatures too, I think.
It counts yours. This does not.
Yes.
Here's
Here's your blue. Tune
What?
the narrative. Yeah, draw a
Oh my
card, gain 2
God.
energy. So yeah, it is
This and
old
that
news.
green card.
This
You're
ca-
gonna have energy all day.
Yeah, so this came out after our podcast last week, so that's why I'm talking about it.
What the hell?
Getting the
is
furry
this?
set early.
This is my Mother's Day post.
Oh, I was,
I was
like,
like-
what is happening
Yeah.
right now?
I was like, Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Don't care about that card.
We talked about this card.
Ripple of the Undeath. At the beginning of your
thought-
main or your pre-combat main phase, mill 3 cards. Then you may pay 1 and 3 life. If you do, put a card amongst them in your hand. I don't know. Junk
Garbage.
Driver's back. We didn't talk about these. I don't remember this at all. Like, guys,
Maybe we didn't.
you may. So this card's called Estrid's Invocation, which
They
is
all look terrible. That's why we didn't talk
yeah,
about it.
probably blue and 2. For a 3-mana enchantment, you may have it enter the battlefield as a copy of an enchantment you control, except at the beginning of your upkeep. You may exile the enchantment. If you do, return. So it's like a blink effect forever for enchantments.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Forever.
Curse Mirror is going to be put into Modern, which is a pretty nice card. Yeah, we didn't definitely. Kaith, far
That's the
famed
guest.
merchant. Yeah, it's a guest card. It's
I like
fabricate.
the little
yeah.
goofy.
Oh yeah, here we
little
go.
goofy thing on the
Detectives Phoenix, which is red and 2, so it's 3-mana 2/2, has bestow for a single red and collect 6 evidence. Which Jesus Christ, why did they have to put that in there?
Anything that reads collect evidence, I just don't read anymore.
It's got flying
it's
and
just,
haste,
like right on the trash pile. I mean.
and then enchanted creature. If you bestow it on something, enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has flying and haste, and then you may cast Detectives Phoenix from your graveyard by using the bestow ability. So it's like you could, for a red, always get something +2/+2 flying and haste. I don't know.
Sooner or later, something's gonna be really busted with that stupid collect evidence, and I'm gonna be like, "This is
There
an
already
ability."
is. It's he's playing standard. It's the board wipe that when you collect evidence, you get to Memoricide.
Oh, you just steal shit out of their deck. That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Rasheen, Roaring Prophet. green, red, and 2 for a 4/4 giant shaman. And when it enters the battlefield, mill 6 cards. You may put a card with X in its mana cost from among them into your hand. Reveal any number of cards in your hand with X in their mana cost from your hand. Add 2 colors for each card revealed this way. Spend this not only to mana to that has cards that cost X. So if you have 4 Everflowing Chalices, you can reveal 4 Everflowing Chalices, get 8 mana, and then spend it on a Everflowing Chalice for 4.
4.
Okay. Well.
Yay.
Okay.
Sometimes Tony says words and it just like my eyes glaze over and it's like I don't know what you're saying.
That deck sucks.
Whatever you're saying, it just doesn't sound good, so I'm gonna ignore it.
No, that other card was good.
Yeah, this is a mono red Omnath. Red 2 for a 4/4. It's Ashling the Flame Dancer. It's an elemental shaman. You don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end. It has Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery, you do these things. The first one is discard a card, then draw a card. If it's the second time you activate this ability, it deals 2 damage to each opponent and each creature they control. And then if it's the third time, you add 4 red mana.
The 4 red mana is a callback to a Lorwyn elemental that had an ability that would activate. And if it was the third time you activated it, add red mana.
Yeah.
Or 4 red mana.
Yep, I remember that card. Amphibian
This
Downpour.
card.
Amphibian Downpour.
Look at that art.
It's blue and 2 for a flash. It has Storm, enchant creature. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and is a blue frog creature with base power at 1/1. So
What is this for?
I don't know.
Commander.
Yeah, let's just stop all make all the way to beat the commanders now, and I'm sure 2 years from now they're gonna be like, well, if your commander got transformed into something you didn't want it to be, you can put it back in your hand.
Put it into the command zone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. One of those that was the phrase I was using, or I meant to say. Yeah, so because like Darksteel Mutation is like the only way to like perma-lock people's commanders from not being in the command zone and also not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too. Oh, this card Josh was creaming his jeans about. Warren Soul Trader, which is a 3/3 zombie goblin wizard.
Land. There's also the land one. It's a forest.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll get to that one. Pay 1 life, sack another creature, create a treasure token. So, this is just infinite. This just has infinite written all over it because you get mana.
What's it go with the squirrel commander? It goes infinite with the squirrel guy.
It also goes infinite with infinite die triggers with
Shatterfang.
Gravecrawler.
It's because it's a zombie itself. You can sack the Gravecrawler, pay 1 life, bring back the Gravecrawler with the treasure just forever. So like, this sack outlet win, or sack payoff, whatever you want to call it, like Blood Artist, whatever, auto win. Here's another Wrath that has
Shatterfang is just 2-card combo.
Okay, then you just use Shatterfang and just auto win. White Wrath of the Skies, which is white X. You may pay X energy, so you get X energy. So if you spend 7 mana on this, you get 7 energy. Then you may pay any amount of energy. Destroy each artifact, creature, and enchantment with mana value less or equal to the amount of energy paid this way. Holy shit!
You get X energy, and then you may pay any amount of energy. Destroy each artifact, creature, enchantment with mana value.
This
less
is just white. Destroy all Urza Sagas and.
You gain a bunch of energy.
It destroys all the sagas, and also, well, you don't have to gain any energy, right? You can just pay white, and then not spend any energy.
But if you're trying to draw 30 cards with Wheel of Fortune,
you have to spend 1 because it has to be mana value less than or equal to the.
Or equal.
Okay, my bad. So this kills Urza Sagas and the tokens it makes.
Yep.
For just white.
Yep.
Suck it, JB. For 3 mana, this ruins JB's land stack. It literally destroys everything you have. Goodbye exploration.
Except for the.
Well, if they already have that, you've lost.
Like, yeah, that's true.
So 3 mana destroy.
If you play in white, you got like ways to kill that 20/20.
All right, yeah, fair enough. Jesus, that card's actually good. I thought this was just a wrath effect. This is it's each artifact, creature, and enchantment. Is this just white? Pernicious Deed. Huh. Okay, that card's sick.
I hate it. Stop printing cards like that, goddammit.
I love this card so
Power
much.
balance.
The last one.
I think we talked
Power
about this.
balance, bro.
Did we talk about this one last episode?
I don't know, but you went right by a card we want to talk about.
Power balance. We talked about this last week.
Did we?
Had to have.
Yes.
Thanks, Josh. Yeah, we did. We talked about that last week.
Miles.
No,
I just want to cast bolts and stuff for free.
Same, homie. Same. I know. I feel you, bro.
Play a blue-red deck where it does all that.
So it plays power balance and counterbalance.
Well, this.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is.
I'll put the power balance on the stack first. Flip. Cast my thing for free. Cast brainstorm. Put a thing back on top. Counter your thing.
So the coolest thing you can do with this, and it's not legal, but I like that you can just draw cards with Sensei's Divine Top. If they cast like a lightning bolt, they go lightning bolt. You're like, all right, I'll tap the Sensei's Divine Top, put it on top, reveal, cast it, go. like I like that. That's pretty cool because it actually casts the card and doesn't just. So it's like,
It's not like you draw it. It's you play it.
yeah, you just play it. So like if you have a Sensei's Divining Top, you just get to anytime someone plays a 1-drop, you're like, wait, I'm gonna draw a card and yep, I'll cast Sensei's Divining Top. Cool, sick.
I want to see this card go somewhere.
I think everybody does.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, it would be fun to be like play this card and have like a Force Will on top of your deck. But it's kind of the same thing with counterbalance. Like to counter others, the whole point is like to.
I was about to say, what happens when your opponent has a counterbalance and you have a power balance?
What's
you
the cost?
just lose with the power balance.
Yeah, I guess you can't play this in Mississippi River. Damn.
No.
Because they could be like Leyline Binding. You could be like, all right, I'll reveal the Mississippi.
6 mana.
Here we go.
That
Cascade.
Leyline Binding isn't that hard to deal with.
No. Yeah.
Gotta cast Ragamans off this.
And last thing I want to mention, Josh was in a commercial.
Yeah.
He's famous, baby.
Oh yeah, I am officially a Wizards employee.
Dude,
for life.
when I saw that, when they first, I was like, well, I did what I always do when I'm shitting. I'm on fucking Facebook and I'm scrolling through and it just stops on it for a second. And all of a sudden I see Josh show up immediately and I'm like, what the hell is this?
Dude, I've got so many messages asking like, dude, you're in a commercial. I'm like, yeah, that's
Sick.
Still love how you look like you have no fucking idea where you are, but you're just happy.
I was very happy.
This is what I showed. And this made me laugh. just what you're doing.
This is hilarious.
What you were doing with your hands.
Well, yeah.
That's it.
I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Oh, you're a big Zatalta guy.
Oh yeah, 1-800. Are you flapping?
I was like, I gotta do this quick. So I just pulled it off. Yeah.
Hi, I'm from.
I got a big kick out of that, but yeah. Now, do you have Zatalta in your Dino EDH?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
100%.
You gotta get it altered. You just tape a picture of yourself.
Yeah, you
and
just
then
gotta
have it on there.
just tape a picture of this. Hi. Yeah.
Right.
Last thing I will mention, tomorrow pre-sale for for Magic Con Las Vegas. The early bird ticket sales is tomorrow, so if you wanted to get like the higher versions or whatever that you want to call that is, the premier versions or the badges, gonna buy them. I'm gonna buy a badge tomorrow just for myself, in case I end up going. It's unlikely that I'll go, so I'll probably end up won't going, but I did apply. They have a new thing. You can apply to run an event.
I wonder where they got that idea from.
Yes. So a little tilted on it because this is kind of what I wanted to do. But yeah, I applied for the world's largest pack war, and let's see if they go through with it. Let's see if Reed Pop says okay. Highly unlikely since they hate my guts, but we will see. If I do, the deadline to get those in is July 14th is the deadline application. I already submitted mine. If they say yes, you can run it, I'm going and I'm running it. So
you should also apply for
content
creator.
I'm good. I just want to do that thing and leave. I'm only going to be there the one day, and then I'm going to spend the rest of the time with Halloween with my family in Vegas.
I guess I more or less was saying that because like last time I didn't have like all the numbers and stuff when I applied for it.
Yeah. I don't know if they look into that, and we can talk about that more off air and what I think I need to do to get it. There's some stuff there, but I think that's it for the show. But yeah, if you're looking to do Magic Con in Vegas, like the pre-sale's pretty important. You don't want to get blown out. A lot of our locals here in the Milwaukee area and in Madison got blown out from going to the Magic Con Chicago just because they didn't buy their badge in time. And Vegas is a pretty hot spot. And also, Halloween in Vegas is probably pretty cool. So
Listen,
lot
I'm
of
not
fun,
telling you
man.
you have to buy immediately, but I will say that
don't
within the
wait
first,
until like a month.
couple weeks.
Yeah.
Couple weeks.
And at the bottom
I've never
line,
done that.
yeah, at the bottom line, like the badges, like the single day badge or the 3-day badge, it's like $35 or $100 or whatever, and like you can probably sell it. So like, get it and hold on to it. And at the very least, I know you're not supposed to, but you can definitely get rid of it. You don't need to keep it. And
Dude, it's super weird.
Yeah.
For anime cons, they used to do like, they do this thing called roadshow pricing, where at other cons, that con will be there and they'll sell it for way cheaper. I used to buy it all the time, and lately I've just been like, I don't care. And I wait until last minute. One of these times it's gonna bite me in the ass, and it's gonna be like, shit.
yeah, that would suck. All right, Josh, get us the hell out of here.
The best Lord of the Rings is the Two Towers, and it's Wednesday, my dude.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
100% agree.
I think that's the only one I've cared about.
Yep. That's the only
Well,
thing.
we're
That's the
turning
only
to
one I
the
care
game.
about too.
The first one is
Those threes were my
Fun.
friends.
But like two is like all the action, all the fun, all the crazy, like popping off. Everything's getting wild.
yeah.
Great.
All right, thanks for watching, dudes.
Even like Star Trek is better than Lord of the Rings, though.
And-
So
Chris, yes, there are several ways, but my favorite is Mystic Reflection. That is a great way to get rid of a commander too, and it's also uncounterable. Like he was just saying, we didn't mean that Darksteel Citadel or Darksteel Mutation was the only way to get rid of commanders. However, there's
Just
a
that
plethora
style,
that
yeah.
style of effect. There's Lignify, whatever, all those different abilities that
Gilded Drake.
yeah, you
And
name
this
it.
one has Storm, which is crazy.
Well, if you mind control someone's
It's like,
thing,
oh yeah, make 1 million dudes.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
yeah,
All of them are 1/1s.
all right.